gentlemen, welcome to another review on the Robes 08 channel. I am your host, Mark, the Fragrance Guru. Today I'm going to be tackling a niche brand called Edition de Parfum, Frederic Malle, and basically his summer staple in his whole lineup, Bigarade Concentree. The nose behind this, of course, Jean-Claude Ellena. This fragrance right here, guys, one of my favorite fragrances of all time. Now, when I first started getting onto YouTube in 2009, circa around there, I was looking for a very juicy orange. I found it. This has been in my top 5 niche summer fragrance ever since I purchased the bottle. You'll see my awards every year, and that's hard to do, especially on the niche. I got a lot of great niche fragrances. Nothing has surpassed this as far as the juiciness of an orange. So if you're looking for something, especially with spring around the corner here, you're looking for an orange-based scent, look no further as my favorite, to be honest. So let's get into Bigarade Concentree. I'm going to review this guy, and I can't wait to delve into it. So first and foremost, the thing I wanted to tackle is Jean-Claude Ellena did the very first Frederic Malle fragrance for Frederic Malle for his brand, which was called Cologne Bigarade. So don't confuse this with Cologne Bigarade, because that's a 4.5% concentration. It's an EDC, which actually was released in 2001 when Frederic Malle started his brand. So be careful which one you buy. Bigarade Concentree is, of course, EDP version of that fragrance. Very, well, I wouldn't say very different juices, but close cousins, of course, and this is just a more concentrated version. Same notes, but some notes are much more concentrated in this fragrance. So definitely sniff them both out and see which one you like. I prefer this one. This one is absolutely gorgeous. Now, this is Ellena's take on the classic traditional cologne DNA. But to some thinking, oh, this might, smell dated or classic just because the cologne. Classic colognes, of course, have been released since the first days of men wearing fragrances. So you're very wrong thinking that this might be dated or classic. It's very much a modern Ellena piece. Now, apparently Mr. Ellena did commission for this one, and of course Cologne Bigarade, to get a new essence for the Seville orange extract. He wanted something new. It was obtained by molecular extraction. In plain words is, you will not smell this compound just anywhere. This was specifically a new compound to get that bitter orange out, and it was brand new for this specific scent, and of course the Cologne Bigarade, which was released in 2001. So you're not going to smell this really authentic bitter orange in any other fragrance, especially predating this fragrance. It wasn't available. So this is very interesting that Ellena actually wanted to commission a brand new essence to get for this idea. Very, very interesting. Now, Bigarade Concentree, of course, hit the shelves back in 2002. In the Parfumier, of course, my favorite Parfumier of all time, Monsieur Jean-Claude Ellena, and you're going to see a lot of him in this fragrance. It really does resemble a lot of his work. So guys, let's get into the presentation of Bigarade Concentree. Now let's take a look at bottle sizes and pricing. Bigarade Concentree comes in the standard Frederic Malle bottle sizes. You're looking at a 1.7 ounce actually right here. And they have the bigger bottle, the 3.4 ounce, and they also have travel sprays. They come in a 3-pack, 10 mils each. And pricing varies, American, from $115 to $250 retail to get this fragrance. So really 1.7 ounce is actually a pretty good deal. Under $200, I like that, especially for a summer scent like this. So let's get into the packaging. Of course, there's a sleeve here. And just to let you guys know, I purchased this bottle a few years back. So this is the old cap, by the way. But let's get into the presentation. And as you can see, the sleeve, always a bright red, Bigarade Concentree. And then he has the name of course, the nose behind it, Jean-Claude Ellena. And the concentration and everything like this, 15 mils, 1.7 ounce. And you got the ingredients right here on this side of the sleeve. And there's some more information here. And then, of course, a little bit of a write-up from actually Jean-Claude Ellena back here. So I love that the Frederic Malle always spotlights the Parfumier. This is the box that they come in. It's a standard box for all their fragrances, Edition de Parfum. and actually has a little bit of foam here for the bottle to sit in, and that's about it for the box itself. Bottle, again, if your cap doesn't look like my cap, which says Frederic Malle Edition de Parfum, don't worry about it. They have changed their caps. And of course, just the name of the perfumier behind it, Bigarade Concentree, the fragrance, and of course some more information here. You got some in the back here. You do have a stamp here of actually the dates. I believe that it was made. Yeah, and the expiry date on it also. So that's pretty good information. It's kind of like Le Labo style. And then you pop the top. The tops, of course, the caps have a little bit of weight to it, but they do come in, and you can hear the click here. That cap's not going anywhere. Sprayers from these Frederic Malle fragrances, good. Look at that. Whew, beautiful. I don't want to waste any more of this stuff. So guys, let's get to the review. Now let's delve into the notes of Bigarade Concentree. Let's go split screen. And as you can see beside me here, not much going on here. Total of 4 notes in Bigarade Concentree, very thin. There's more than what meets the eye in this fragrance. You know, what you see right now beside me as far as the notes go, your nose is going to catch much more than what's in the note breakdown here. So this is one of those fragrances that you're on your own, basically. Now, the major not notes, major note in Bigarade Concentree, which it should be, is the bitter orange. This is a bitter orange fragrance. It's based on that particular compound that Jean-Claude Elena wanted to have in this fragrance, and oh boy, it's a beauty. It's absolutely a stunning bitter orange note. Yes, we got some rose and some cedar and some hay and a couple different notes that I'm going to talk to you about that are not in the note breakdown, but those notes are more secondary. So we only got one major note, which is what I want for a summer fragrance. I want something thin, I want something transparent, but I want something that'll last on my skin. So Bigarade Concentree, let's delve into it, let's sniff it out, and this is where the magic happens, guys. This introduction, this orange, oh boy. You know, if you've smelt, like if you've only smelt designer orange fragrances, like I'm trying to think on top of my head, maybe Boss Motion has orange, Artisan, oh, cleaner, a lot of them smell like Orange Pledge. Now there's Terre d'Hermès, which is pretty good. This is on another level. Authentic is the name of the game, and this is why you pay big bucks for a fragrance like this. The introduction is blow your mind good. This is why it's top 5 dead or alive in my summer top 20 lists every single freaking year. I'm selling this fragrance right now. So let's smell it out. Top. Oh, the top. The initial opening of Bigarade Concentree, in a word, is wow. Wow. For me, this is the best, and I want to emphasize that word, best orange opening that I've ever smelled in my entire life. Now, we have other orange-based fragrances that kind of smell like orange juice and stuff like that. Some smell like just the peel. This is as authentic and juicy. It's like it's like right in front of you. Now, it's a sharp yet bitter orange peel note. That's what I get from Bigarade Concentree, which is sparkling. It's very sparkling, yet a bit sweet, but it's as authentic as you can get. Bar none. Really one of the most beautiful citrus starts in the fragrance game. Every time I first spray this, go to my nose immediately. Ah, beautiful, beautiful introduction in this fragrance. Picture smelling an orange cut in half just recently, like right in front of you. The juice pouring off the peel, smelling, of course, the peel, the juice, the core of the fruit, everything. Once that beautiful citrus finally meets the rest of the fragrance, this is where the depth comes into play with Bigarade Concentree. So it's not just orange, we got some depth to this fragrance. It has a really an Jean-Claude DNA like written all over it, man. It's scary how it just reminds me of his work, his previous work. Now, this citrus really reminds me of most of Elena's finest work, including Déclaration, Terre d'Hermès, to name a few. You're going to see that orangey and then some really different notes that go with the orange, kind of giving it some more depth. But stripped down in this fragrance. I don't think this fragrance has much depth as a Terre d'Hermès or a Déclaration. They have an overall picture. This is really stripped down and simpler for the summer days. And also the citrus is way more in the forefront in this fragrance than any other fragrance Elena has done. And to be honest, it has many layers of citrus to me. It felt like it's very natural, but at times it reminded me of like clementines. I get clementines in my sock during Christmas. My mom always put a clementine, and it smells like that. It brings me back to my youth. And a lot of people get that idea. You're going to see a lot of reviews out there that it reminds them of tangerines, clementines, stuff like that, an orange, but it smells like the overall picture of the orange. Really beautiful, very natural, and well done. Now, Bigarade, once it starts peeling to its core in the introduction, you're going to see a little more of its personality per se. This fragrance, you're going to notice a signature stank. Like a cumin-like undertone to this fragrance that Elena sometimes likes to throw in his compositions. Just think of his fragrances that he made earlier in his niche career with the different company. Rose Poivrée comes to mind. Rose Poivrée had that stanky-like smell, but with that beautiful rose note, and you're just like, wow, it just shocks you how different. This is where the Elena DNA comes in. And that will turn a lot of people off. A lot of people, that's all they're going to smell from this fragrance is that cumin-like stank. To me, it's more of a part of the fragrance. It's more of a secondary note, just holding hands with that orange note. Really, really nice, gives it depth. And it never really bothered me just because I actually like that he added that to the scent. But it may bother you. It really felt like Elena was putting clean as far as oranges go. Very clean, very safe, very authentic, of course. And he went to the other side of the spectrum, dirty, with the cumin. So don't get me wrong, this composition is dominated by the bitter orange note, and you must check it out if you are an orange fiend. You must. The soft cumin note, I think it's more subtle on my skin than other people's skin, which is not listed as an official note in this fragrance, will pop up from time to time after the zest wears off in this fragrance. Rather than using the beautiful and authentic bitter orange note in his fragrance by itself and kind of surrounding it with just simple and watery backbone to it and kind of just emphasizing or putting the spotlight just on the bitter orange, Elena decided, no, I'm not going to keep it simple. I'm going to put a cumin note in here, make it challenging for all the noses out there and try to make it work together. And I think he did an absolutely stunning job to make it work together. To me, this fragrance without the cumin or the stanky note, I'd kind of get bored of this fragrance. It would just be a linear bitter orange, even though it's an absolutely gorgeous note in this fragrance. That makes the difference, that note. So let's get into the dry down. Now the dry down of Bigarade Concentree, all I've spoken about with this fragrance is mainly the bitter orange note, because it's just a fantastic note. And a little bit about cumin, but not much else. I haven't talked about the actual other notes that surround this fragrance. What else is there to say honestly about Bigarade Concentree? It's a fairly thin fragrance. And in the mid and the base of the fragrance, it doesn't change much. These secondary notes kind of come up a bit. And they're usually there the whole time of the fragrance, but they never really show their face. From what you smell in the intro is pretty much what you're going to get in the dry down. You will smell something a little green, a little woody, a little grassy, but not much of it. The rose is there, but I dare you to try to pinpoint it because it'll be a chore to do so. I tried. All you get in the mid is a little more depth notes than anything. The cumin tones down to my nose. That stankiness in Bigarade Concentree tones down. The juicy bitter orange is still at the forefront and kind of amplifies. It keeps going and keeps going. I love the orange in this fragrance. It keeps going. I love it. And to be honest, the overall picture of Bigarade Concentree doesn't change much. You can call this fragrance pretty much linear. The other notes, I'm going to talk a little bit about them. This fragrance gets softened a bit by the subtle rose. A little bit of warmth from the cedar note, but not a huge cedar. It's a light, dry cedar note. And a sweet, grassy, hay-like note. But these notes have been there since the start. So this fragrance really doesn't change that much. Very linear, but while it's on, it's a gem. I've never been bored with wearing this scent. Now, a lot of linear scents, I'm going to admit, I get bored quickly. I've never even considered not putting this in my top 20 for summer, ever. Ever since I've gotten this, it's top 5 dead or alive, and you'll see. The bitter orange note by itself deserves a 9 bottles out of 10 in my overall rating. It's one of the best notes I've ever smelt in all my journey of fragrances. When you're looking for that orange note and you're looking for a certain note in a fragrance, you know, you're looking for your gem of an orange note. I found mine. Elena, I don't know how he did it, but this orange note is absolutely bonkers. And I'm really happy to tell you, if you want an orange fragrance, this orange will stick around until the fragrance dies. Now, on your skin, it might be half an hour. My skin might be 10 hours, depending. That's why you gotta test it out. So guys, let's get to my final take of Bigarade Concentree. Now, my final take on Bigarade Concentree, I gotta start it off with, this is one of my summer staples, guys. If you're a subscriber of my channel for years and years, you've seen this name pop up in the summertime every single time. It's a top performer for me. Excellent in the high heat. When I'm talking summer fragrances, I gotta make sure that the fragrance can work in the hot, humid weather, because I do work sometimes in hot, humid weather, and this fragrance right here shines. There's only a small amount of fragrances that can really pull off hot, humid heat and not choke people out and actually smell really, really good on your skin. This is one of the best orange-based scents on the market. Perhaps the best. To me, it's the best for now. From what I've smelt probably 3-4 dozen orange fragrances. This is the best on the market. This orange-based scent is for fragrance heads that really find summer scents boring. I gotta warn you. Elena, firstly, the first thing that it shows to me is that Elena made a bitter orange note in this fragrance as authentic as he could, which brings up one solid point to me. It just throws any other orange to the wall. You're gone. This is the best on the market. Secondly, he put a daring cumin note in this fragrance that keeps things interesting for me. This is a fragrance head's summer fragrance, okay? Not everybody's gonna like it. If you like daring fragrances and you're looking for something that's top of the line as far as the citrus, this is where the buck stops. Elena did it. This is not the most complex fragrance on the market, but like most of Elena's, it will make you think and sniff again and again on your skin and find new things with the whole new spectrum of this fragrance. I never got bored of it. That's one thing. I absolutely love wearing this fragrance. Elena made a gem of a fragrance here. It's worth enough to get a sample of this one. If it seems interesting to you what I'm talking about, get a sample, because you're missing out if you're not. Now, Bigarade Concentree has that trademark Elena DNA. If you love his minimalistic artwork, you'll love this. You'll love it. I would go ahead and say this is a step up from his Hermes work. Really, if you like Terre d'Hermes, this kicks Terre d'Hermes's ass by far. I don't even know what Terre d'Hermes is anymore. This is much better as a fragrance, as an orange-based fragrance, of course. One thing I really wanted to mention in this review is this is high humidity approved. It shines in the humidity. This is one of the only ones. I could probably count on these two hands how many fragrances can really shine in the high heat. This is one of them, especially orange, because orange-based fragrances, either they smell like cleaner, or they're too thick, or there's too much stuff going on, or the orange is gone, long gone, and you got something else. This is one of those that you're gonna smell like oranges all day. This is one of those, high humidity approved. So that goes to if you're living in a very hot climate. I'm looking at you, Florida, the state of Florida. This might be a signature scent for you, because you're gonna be wearing it all the time, of course every month, because it's hot there. So really, people in Miami, Florida, this is for you. Now, why would you hate this fragrance? Again, not every fragrance is perfect, even though I'm giving it tons of praise because I love this juice. Why would you hate it? All right, first thing first with this fragrance, you gotta sample. Why? Some say this is really weak juice. This is the #1 culprit of Bigarade Concentree. Projection, longevity, sucks for a lot of people. Not including me. I'm going to tell you right now, not including me, which I'm one of the lucky ones. You got to sample first. Don't blind buy this because I'm telling you it's great. Check the projection and longevity on this fragrance. It's too light for some people. Of course, the stinky cumin-like note in this fragrance, it might just smell like that. I don't smell any oranges. I smell dirty armpit or something like that. So be careful. It has that air of difference to a fragrance. This is not going against all these safe orange designer fragrances. No, this is a true niche head fragrance that gives you a little bit of a weirdness to it. A little bit too. Linear, of course. Some people might just think, this is boring. Oranges all day. It's such a thin fragrance that many people think it's gone. So that goes to projection and longevity. I'm just going to tell you, this stuff lingers. To me it does. So don't be worried if it doesn't smell on you, especially in the heat. It's going to come in and out. It's one of those fragrances that's going to in and out. Now awards, let's get into the awards. Man, this stuff is an award getter on my channel. I love it. It's been in my top 20 summers ever since I've had this bottle. So let's start it off with top 5 niche summer in 2010. It made it at number 2. The year after, it was a top 20 niche summer in 2011. Made it top 5 again at number 4. Now the year after, top 20 niche summer again, 2012 at number 7. And again, last year, top 20 niche summer, 2013, went right back up to number 4. And you better believe it, 2014 top 20 summer, it's going to be there. Group, this is a citrus aromatic. Recommended age, Bigarade Concentree. Unisex, women can wear this, and boy can they. And age-wise, if you got the money, why not? If you're looking for a solid orange-based scent, buck stops here. Any age, if you're a teenager and you got the money, why not? Right on to the oldest gentleman, you can. How many sprays and where? I go liberal. I love dosing myself in this fragrance. 1 on the chest, 3 on the neck, 2 here, 1 on the back of the neck. 4 in the arms, yes, 2 on each side, boom, boom. Especially in the summer, I'm wearing short sleeves. 1 here on each arm. I'm set. So we're looking at what, 8 sprays there? Liberal, good stuff. This stuff I love to swim in it. Bottles, what smells like this? Nothing smells like this, first and foremost. But I'm going to give you close cousins because, of course, it gets compared to a lot of orange-based scents. Orange Sanguine by Atelier Cologne. That's more of a orange juice. I think it's, I don't like it that much compared to this. That's an orange juice like scent. If you want to smell like orange juice has been put on you, go with it. This is more of a real orange and you're just smashing it on your hand. That's what this smells like. It smells like Eau d'Orange Verte by, of course, Hermès, Déclaration by Cartier. Some compare this to Déclaration by Cartier just because Elena did Déclaration. But I think where Déclaration lacks, which is, of course, brightness, the orangeness, this one shines. So they're kind of a little opposite here. Creed's Citrus Bigarade, which is an older Creed fragrance. I think that one's vaulted, to be honest. So it's an older Creed fragrance. But if you're looking for that kind of fragrance, those are some of the bottles that would be safe to do so. Best time to wear this fragrance? Daily in the summer. Hey, this is a daily wear scent, man. I wear it in the high heat. You can be dressed up like I am right now, looking sexy as hell in my orange tie. Or it can be dressed down, casual use, man. Shorts and a t-shirt, put on your Bigarade, why not? Work scent? Yes, this is a definite work scent. You can wear this to work. Day or night, honestly, in the summer, days or nights, but mainly a daily scent for me. Compliment factor, Bigarade Concentree, it's good, and I'm happy because of that. It's mid to high. When people smell this on me, it's sold. And that's, you know, one factor that I love saying in my fragrance reviews is the compliment factor. How many bottles can I sell of this stuff? I've sold this stuff, and for the price tag, that's hard to sell, but I've done it. Compliment factor, very surprising to me, to be honest, as far as this fragrance goes, to a degree. But I've sold a few bottles of this stuff just walking by people. Co-workers, friends, yes. This is it's a selling machine. It smells great when you pass by somebody. Now, my 2 cents. This is a luxury item, personally for me. You will not smell a bitter orange-based fragrance like this on anything on the market today. I will gladly pay the kind of money they're asking for this fragrance till the day I pass away. This is my orange scent, bar none. So guys, let's get to the rating system. Alright, let's go split screen. Time to rate one of my favorite summer fragrances of all time. Let's go. Projection. 5 bottles out of 10. Not very good. Mid to low as far as projection goes. First hour or two, this thing projects. When you walk by, people will smell you. They will. After a few hours, this thing dies down. So it's below average. I'm going to give it 5 bottles out of 10. Longevity. Now this is where a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I didn't give it an overall great score. 7 bottles out of 10. I get 5 to 7 hours. Some people get 10 minutes to 2 hours. You're going to get a lot of reviews that say that. So this has to be tested on your skin. You're going to have to wear this in the high heat, see how it does on your skin. Because I'm different from the norm. I get 5 to 7 hours and I'm happy with that. 5 to 7 hours for a orange based scent like this that the orange keeps kicking, perfect. When it's hotter, when it's hot and humid, this stuff comes in and out. When it's hotter, I'm getting 6 to 9 hours, almost 10 hours of juice with the sprays I do. My 8 sprays, yeah, this stuff is bonkers. 7 bottles out of 10's a fair score for longevity. Now let's get to versatility. This thing is versatile. Some say it's just strictly a summer scent. Yeah, that's where this shines. This is where I want to wear Bigarade Concentree. I'm going to give it 8 bottles out of 10. Why? I can wear it casually. I can dress it up, dress it down. I can wear it during the day, during the night. I can wear this in the spring. It has enough guts to it. I can wear it in the fall if I want to. I've worn this during the winter just to remind me of those tangerines, clementines during the Christmas season. This is a perfect orange scent for the winter. Yeah, if you're staying indoors, you're good to go. If you're going outside, no one's going to smell the oranges. Maybe they will. I haven't really heard anybody say anything about it when I did wear it in the winter. But versatility, I'm giving it an 8. Overall smell, 10. Give me a bitter orange that's better than this. You're not going to be able to. 10. A bitter orange gives me a 10. All day, son. Seasons, mainly summer and spring. Usually a summer staple for me. Overall, Bigarade Concentree as the overall score, 10's all day, son. I gotta say it. This is the best in its genre. You're looking at oranges, you have to give this a try. You have to smell it. If you're looking at oranges, this is one of the best in the business. 10 all day. Welcome to the Perfect 10 Club. Bigarade Concentree is the gem of a fragrance. And that goes to buy, try, or pass. And of course, if anything's the best in its genre, I have to say that it's a buy. This is the best orange that I've smelled ever. So this is a buy. If you're looking for the best, you go with the best. Bigarade Concentree, welcome to Perfect 10 Club, sir. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this fragrance. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thanks for watching. Have a good day.